I'm feeling a little Miami Vice today, but I want to talk to you about leadership and when you step up to the next level of leadership. There's a lot of people, might be a new position, or it just might be a new role you're taking on. It's a lot like when you get a new hairstyle and you know everyone's going to see it. That sudden attention creates discomfort. Our idea is, hey, let's announce that. Let's just make it known. Let's let people know what role you're going to be in. And at that moment, it's a moment where you need to be confident. We want to be strong as we set ourselves up to take on a higher position or a new role. And there's a story that goes with that that's really easy to understand. The main character of that story is the team. It's all of you, whoever I'm going to help in this new role. And the problem that they have is what I'm stepping up to address. And I'm going to do that to help them with a certain thing. And by doing it, there's going to be a certain result. So let me give you a simple example of that from the role of a person stepping into a presence champion. So backing up a little bit, historically, I sat in the corner, I made graphics, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to step in with these professionals and elevate their performance. And nobody's seen me do that before. So the story is this: you professionals are in one form or another amazing. You've got this great skill, you've got these great talents. The issue you face is that when it comes to the big presentation, the interview, the sales pitch, winning over your clients, the buy-in moment, the bar on delivery is not as high as it could be. And delivery is one of those things that all communication and sales studies say it's more than 50% of your overall impression. It's not the words you say, it's how you are when you say that. So I am stepping up to elevate your delivery. I've got a system that I'm following, I've got methods I'm going to use, and I am going to focus on helping you deliver so that the people you need to get buy-in from see you in the same amazing light that I do. So that's a simple story about them, the issue that you have that you're stepping up for to get them to a better place. Main character, not so happy beginning, action in the middle, delivered by the hero that you are to get them to a better place. And that's the story that you're trying to deliver to explain and establish yourself at the new role. Mostly, I'm telling you all that because there's one thing even more important than that. And I have found this as someone who goes into company after company, team after team, and each time I have to establish myself. If I hesitate, if I hold back because I'm not sure how they're going to like it, how they're going to react to it, the degree I hold back is the degree that I have limited my power for the duration of that experience. And the degree of confidence that I have when I tell that story is the degree that I get to continue in that role. And it rides through the whole experience. So my experiences are typically days or weeks with a team. And I recently did a project where I wasn't quite sure coming in whether I was supposed to lead or just be a consultant. I actually wasn't quite sure. Didn't really want to admit that I wasn't sure. And so I introduced myself with about probably 50% of the confidence that I normally would have. And the result was I had 50% of the power that I normally have for the whole project. The degree by which I could do the thing they paid me for was limited by the confidence I didn't bring. So other times I'm 100% confident when I explain to them how I'm going to help them. And then that seat at the table is guaranteed at 100% all the way through. This is what I've been experiencing for years. So that a moment of introduction is extremely important, and more important than I think I've recognized over the years. I'm a longtime believer that, if you don't win on the first impression, win on the second, because, they say you only have one time to make a first impression. You also have only one chance to make a second impression. And I've won people over eventually. And so I don't give up, but that moment is now suddenly more clearly important to me than it was. And just before you step into the moment, there's always this little bit of hesitation. And especially with those who have been in a role with the same team, it's kind of like being at the little kids table instead of the adult table. And now I'm stepping into the adult table. I don't want to be hesitant about taking my seat at the adult table. Now, once I've established myself 100% committed in this role at the table with the grown-ups, it doesn't mean that people are going to agree with everything you say. As you go through the project, they may disagree with lots of things that you say. You may get pushback, but the one thing you won't get pushback on, if you establish yourself with confidence in that introduction of yourself, they will not be pushing you back on being at the table. They might push back on what you ask them to do. They might disagree with you, but they are not going to tell you to go back to the kids' table. So take this advice. Introduce yourself in the role. Take on the confidence. Look people in the eyes, care about them, and be stern and strong enough to say, this is what I'm going to do for you because I want to get you to here. And that puts you in the grown-ups table, and it keeps you there for the duration of your effort.